It's Midnight Trucking Radio Network. Eric Harley here. We're at the Mid-America Trucking Show 2010. Joined right now by Chris Gabrelchik, and he is with Lubrication Specialties. Chris, welcome to the show. We appreciate your time today.
Thank you very much.
I want to talk to you about something that you and I have discussed off the air, and this is Hot Shot's secret. Something for your fuel injectors. Common problem we're hearing from a lot of drivers. And what is that problem? You guys, first of all, you guys are always looking for a solution to help these drivers. So when it came to the injectors, what were you guys learning about the problems, and what is the solution here with Hot Shot's secret?
The problem that we learned about through International Truck and Engine was called stiction.
Yeah.
They actually put a word to it. It's stiction, and it's a problem where the oil cokes up on the oil side of the injector.
Right.
Most people think I've got an injector problem. I've got hesitation in my truck. I'm losing power. The first thing they do is dump fuel additives in the fuel. They stop at the Flying J or wherever, and they load it up.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't fix it, or it fixes it temporarily, and it keeps coming back.
Right.
Well, on most trucks now, there is an oil side of the injector. And on the oil side of the injector, there gets to be a film and a coating and a varnish.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to clean that up to make it run right.
Right.
The biggest place where a driver would notice the symptoms are on a cold startup. You start your truck up and it would buck and shake like crazy.
Right.
And that's because one or two of the injectors is stuck. The spring isn't bouncing in and out properly.
Right. Right.
So you're creating an imbalance in the engine and you're causing it to buck.
Right. Right.
With a case with stiction, maybe the truck would have done that new for 60 seconds and then it smoothed right out.
Yeah.
But now you've got 750,000 miles on it, and it's 10 minutes that the thing is running like this, and it's driving you crazy.
Right.
What we do is go in and we clean all that out, and we take it back to a new condition, so it would look just like it did when it was new.
Chris, we're hearing from drivers. We hear from them, and I'm not a mechanic, and I won't pretend to be a diesel expert here, but we hear about these problems with the injectors, and these drivers sound confounded here, and a lot of times they believe, in fact, sometimes they're even told they have to get their injectors replaced.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are finding out that a lot of the times you don't have to replace them, that your product actually is going to clear this problem up.
I would estimate that 9 times out of 10, the injector is not mechanically broken.
Right.
If you take that injector apart, the springs, the O-rings, the pistons are fine.
Yeah.
But it's all built up with coked up oil. And
Right.
it's all caked up in there.
Yeah.
And especially when it gets cold. When it gets cold, it gets solid, and then
Right.
it won't move. And
Yeah.
you're only running, you're losing 4 injectors.
Yeah. So again, if the operator, the owner of that truck, what are they going to experience? At what point do they need to use Hot Shot's secret?
We have a lot of people that are using it as a half dose, which would be 1 bottle for a semi-truck.
Right.
And they'll do that every 100,000 miles.
Okay, just as kind of preventive maintenance.
Correct.
Okay.
Now, if you know you have a problem, when the driver calls me and says, I know my truck's not starting right,
Right.
I know it doesn't have the power it's supposed to, I've had this truck for 5 years, and I know how it's supposed to go up this hill and is not doing it right.
Yeah.
And I've tried every additive and it's not working. We go to the Hot Shot Secret, it cleans it out, and all of a sudden it's running properly.
And you're actually hearing, and this is what's important, the testimonials that you guys are getting back from customers.
Mm-hmm.
That's just amazing to me, because it means that these guys who thought, or maybe even were told that they were going to have their injectors replaced here, now are back on the road, and we're talking about a minimal investment here.
No, it's $50 a bottle. For a complete clean out, it takes 2 bottles, which is
Yeah.
$100. And we have had people who have faxed us copies of the invoice. They'll be at the Detroit dealership,
Yeah.
and it says I need 4 injectors. They'll get 2 bottles, and they'll call me back a week later, go back to the same mechanic,
Yeah.
and he can't believe it's fixed.
It's the same truck. Yeah.
It's so.
It's just amazing to see this. What was it? There must have been one of these eureka moments when you realized that was the problem, and then beyond that you guys had developed the solution to this problem.
It was there. I don't know. There was one eureka moment. It was a long process. When the engineer at International called and he showed us what the problem was, we started a series. Okay, well, let's try this. Let's try this. Okay, we see what the problem is now.
Right.
How do we fix it?
Yeah.
And then eventually we came to the proper blend of all the different detergents, dispersants, and this is what works. And then they went on to test it for 2 more years.
Right.
And he said, well, this is working 86% of the time.
Yeah.
So, we know 1 out of 10 times there's a mechanical failure in there, but we also know that 86% of the time, all you need is $50 and you could fix it.
Right,
So.
and that's just amazing because that's completely doable. And look, if it turns out that something is broken, that's one thing. You guys actually offer a guarantee. Why was it important to put your money where your mouth is here?
Well, because a lot of people, especially with additives, they think automatically of snake oil.
Yeah.
And they would say, well, how do we know this works? It's like, well, I don't know that it's going to work 100% of the time. It could be you have a cracked O-ring.
Right.
Well, if that's the case, then I'll give you your money back. So we just said,
Wow.
we'll just give you a money back guarantee, try it. And what I usually tell people on the phone is, before I would turn a wrench, I would try it. You have nothing to lose.
That's right.
Put
Nothing
the
to-
additive in. If it doesn't work, call me back and we'll refund your money and then go
Yeah.
get it fixed.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow. Pretty amazing solution here. And if you've known for how many drivers we've talked to over the years that, again, are just confounded with this problem and just don't see the solution here. Now you got it with Hot Shot Secret. All right, the question is, where do they get it? Where do they go?
Right now, the only place, we do have a few dealerships, but the problem that we ran into when we talked to Napa and AutoZone and
Yeah.
Flying J is, we're not marketing companies, we're supply companies. Once you go out and get everybody using it, then we'll carry it. Well, which one comes?
what, chicken or the egg here?
That's right.
Yeah.
So we sell it direct through our website and through our 800 number. It's 1-800-341-6516.
Yeah.
And it's hotshotsecret.com.
All right.
Either place, we'll have it there.
Well, this is great. Thank you so much. Chris, I want you to be back in touch with us as you hear more driver testimonials because it's important we share this information about these solutions to drivers.
That sounds great.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Chris, thank you for your time.
Thank you.